Hi guys, it's Jessica Hayes. I have obviously a huge appearance change. I finally dyed my hair black. I did it, and I love it. I actually did this look a few days ago when I had that grayish kind of blonde hair. This is using the Kat Von D quad in rust, and everyone was like, tutorial on the quads. I chose the rust one. This was my favorite, obviously, of the palettes because it's the crack eye. I mean, as if that wasn't obvious that I was going to choose rust first. I do really love the plum one as well. I haven't broken into the smoke or sage yet, although I think that the sage will look really cool with this new dark hair as well. If you guys want to see this all Kat Von D beauty makeup tutorial with the rust quad, keep watching and I will show you exactly how to do it. So for my base today, I've got a little bit of acne scarring from a breakout that I'm kind of recovering from. So I'm going to be using Kat Von D Lock-It foundation purely because this one has amazing coverage. I'm just mixing light 42 and light 45 and just popping that on my Fearless Cosmetics Flawless foundation brush. And then I'm going to find my mirror somewhere in the black hole of makeup. So I've just started off with a little bit of SPF on my face right now. I'm gonna start in the middle of the face. And I'm just using more of a pressing motion to pop my foundation on because I do want it to give me good coverage today. I don't always like a very heavy coverage foundation, but my skin's pretty crappy right now, so it kind of needs it. And that just really, really easily covers up blemishes without having to really worry about doing any spot concealing over the top of it. So if you do get blemishes and you can't be bothered taking the time to spot conceal, this is a great foundation. That just flawlessly covered that without me even having to worry about spot concealing. So I'm gonna take a little bit of the OCC Full Skin Coverage Concealer and just pop that underneath the eyes. This is the Fearless Cosmetics Concealer brush. For my eye primer, I'm going to be using the new Kat Von D Color Correcting Eye Primer. I love this. A few people have said it's a little too dry for their lids. My lids get slightly oily, not super oily, so they can handle it. I'm going to be using today the Kat Von D Shade and Light Rust Quad. I'm gonna start with this shade Contour. I'm using the 256 Lay Down brush from Smith, and I'm just gonna pat that all over the lid. I'm also going to run a little bit of that color correcting primer underneath the eye. I don't often use primers underneath the eyes. I don't know why, but today I'm going to. Just smudge that in with your finger there. You don't want a line of primer, otherwise the shadows will stick to that line. And then I'm going to take that same brush and I'm going to use the side of the brush. I'm just going to run that shade underneath. So now that we have a halo of that orangey color all around the eyes, I'm just gonna take a little blending brush. This is the Morphe M514. And I'm just gonna get a mixture of this color and just kind of buff out the crease with those, dabbing equal parts of those colors. And then blending upwards till it fades out. Just going to take a slightly smaller brush for underneath the eye. This is the Morphe M506. And same thing, just a mixture of those two colors and blend underneath the eye. Now I'm going to take the Define color from the palette and I'm going to use the tip of that brush. I'm just going to pop that right into the crease there and back down into the lash line just a little bit. I'm also going to pop that right in this inner corner crease here. I usually leave just a little gap there on the eyes, but if you end up blending so much that it meets, it's no worries because you don't really see it anyways. And same with underneath the eye. Just a little bit on the inner corner. Then I'm going to go back to that smaller Morphe brush and a little bit of the orange color or the rust color and just blend that darker color in. Then I'm going to go back to that original fluffy brush we were using and just kind of give that a little bit of a sweep through the crease just to make sure everything is nice and blended. Just going to go back through again and just pat a little more of that lid color back over. For the look on Instagram, I did some liner. You don't always have to, but I was feeling it. So we're gonna go ahead with a little bit of ink liner in Trooper from Kat Von D. See if I can make the other side the same. If I screw my liner up a little bit, usually because I haven't already powdered my foundation too much, I can just kind of take it, my finger, and it wipes away. We're just gonna do a little damage control around there and just buff out that orangey color. For mascara, I'm gonna use trial size only Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. For some reason, the full size, I just don't get it. I'm going to be using some of these Swede Linda Hallberg Edition individual lashes. These are so easy to put on. So what I've been doing is putting 2 of these doubles on and then 2 of these triples on the outer corner of the eye. I definitely find individual lashes way more comfortable. I just can't be bothered with putting them on. But because these already come together, you have to apply way less to get the same kind of result. You know, I'm about the minimal effort. So 2 doubles on the outer edge, then I'm just gonna take a triple and pop it next to it. And I don't often add mascara after I've put them on. The reason why I like them is because they're nice and defined, and usually I find that mascara just kind of clumps them together. You can leave these lashes on for a few days as well. For the cheeks, I'm gonna take this Lazarus shade from the Shade and Light eye palette, and I'm just gonna shade the cheekbones. I'm just gonna take the base shade from this palette. I don't want too much blush on the cheeks, but I'm just gonna use that just to dust from the apples back into that contour just a little bit. I'm gonna take my poor little Thunderstruck that's smashed into a million pieces and just add that to the cheekbones. And up into the brow bone just a little bit. I actually haven't even filled my brows in since I've dyed my hair dark, so I'm going to take this color and see how it goes through the brows. I'm using this because it's a darker brown, but it's got cooler undertones, so I think it will work. And then, as I always say, the most important part for natural brows, brush out the front so it doesn't stop and start. Sometimes I also grab my foundation brush and just kind of buff over the beginning of the brow just ever so slightly, just to make sure that there's really no harsh lines. For the lips, I'm going to be using my favorite red of all time. This is Nosferatu Everlasting Liquid Lipstick. If you wanted to keep the look a little softer, I would definitely suggest using Bow and Arrow from Kat Von D. Would look really pretty with this as well. Hope you guys enjoyed that tutorial of one of the Shade and Light quads. I do have all four. I haven't used the Sage or the Smoke yet, but Rust and Plum, obviously those are the kind of colors that I always gravitate towards, so I had to use them both first. So question for you guys, I am going to be getting a new background because obviously the black velvet won't work anymore with my hair. What do you guys think? Should I do, I'm thinking like charcoal crushed velvet would be cool. Purple crushed velvet would be cool as well, but it might clash with some of the colors. So let me know what you think that I should get as my new background. Probably just be like some kind of fabric or something. So drop those below if you have any suggestions. I wanted to show you guys the difference between Rust from Kat Von D and OCC Rust pigment, because I have been using this Rust pigment from OCC quite a lot lately. The OCC pigment is a little bit darker and a little more red, but if you don't want all of the colors that come in the eye quad, then maybe this could be something kind of comparable. I have a few looks on Instagram where I'm just using Rust pigment all over, so if you want to check that out and see if maybe that would be a better option for you. But I love them both and they are slightly different, so if you are a crack eye fiend like me, then, you know, what can I say? You need both. Sorry, I'm sorry. I need to go and wash my hands before I get this all over my face. Thank you as always for watching. See you guys next week. Bye.